New week, new video, still the same old rule, one shot. And that's it. So if I'm stuttering, that's just reality. This time I'm not in some exotic location and heading to the airport. In fact, I've got a keynote in my hometown, which is Vienna. And that also actually means no airport, no lounges. But a good old share now car, which is also fine. So yeah, but having keynotes at home is cool, but it also has some challenges, which I might get into in a second. Tire pressure sensor's just gone off, telling me it's an issue, but I hope it's just the outside temperatures and that the pressures are going to come up shortly. Makes me sound like a racing driver when I say that, which I'm not. It's an Opel Corsa and it's a rental and I'm in the city and therefore I behave. And seriously, I do. On public roads, I drive carefully because that's the only way to do it. And if you're saying, but yeah, filming and driving, no, it's a red light. And yes, I shouldn't be doing this. But again, it's authentic videos, so I'm doing authentic stuff for your viewing pleasure. And my memories. Yes. By the way, if you would do the same, just hit the like button. That would be awesome. So I made it to the location, which is on the other side of town. It takes about, well, nearly as long as flying from Vienna to Sarajevo. So that shows you it's either quite far away or Sarajevo is quite close. But yeah, then again, yeah, it's kind of also cool having a keynote in my hometown. The only thing that's kind of always funny is what I call the transition. With that I mean is quite simply, you know, when I go somewhere, you know, on a plane and fly somewhere and whatnot, that gives me time to kind of, you know, get into my speaker presenter mode. And here it's like basically being a dad and husband and doing the chores at home. And then boom, off you go. So it's less transition time. It's cool. It has a lot of pros to it, but that's always a bit of a challenge. And with the challenge, I mean, besides not getting run over, and still getting these funny looks when I vlog in public, which I do understand. But it's also like, you know, just you're emptying the rubbish bin. You're doing whatever you do. You have a bunch of calls and all this stuff. And then you just, boom, off you go on stage. Whereas, you know, there you go and meet the people and get into the groove and just focus on what you're doing. It's both cool. It's just different. But the plus side is I get to see my family in the morning and in the evening, so that's cool. Yeah, now let's not get lost.
And this is usually the part I find the most exciting, because actually finding the location, finding the right people in the location, and finding the opportunity to get myself set up to see if my notebook is actually going to work, that's the crucial and most exciting part. And once it's connected, once my slides show up on the big screen, that's where I kind of relax a little bit.
So just set up the notebook, and first thing I spilled a big glass of water on stage. And done. So I just finished my keynote on artificial intelligence and the impacts on teams and decision making and organizational structures and whatnot. Was in German. Ja, vergisst man immer, dass ich auch Deutsch kann. So I was in German. And now the funny thing is, being based in Vienna, I am heading back to take care of my 3-month-old because my wife is on our way to take our 4-year-old to Taekwondo. And that's the special thing I love, but which is so funny, is the straightforward transitions from being on stage, being the person who kind of has all these crazy thoughts and these discussions, and boom, back to being dad, which I love. But they always come with challenges. Not bad, not good, but just funny. And sometimes it's just a wild transition from one role to the other. But I love both roles. Cool thing is, my ride is still there. Not that one. That one. Because although I'm the greatest car nut in the world, owning a car doesn't make that much sense right now. So that is my Opel Corsa from Free to Move. And these things are so awesome because you take them, you drive them, you drop them off, and on you go. The only thing is always a lottery if the car is keen or not, but this is the one I had previous, so it should be good. To be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to publish this vlog or not, but I thought, you know, if I want to vlog, besides doing the reaction videos, I shouldn't just do the highlights, like what I assume is a highlight, but for me, like, can't be that the traveling is the highlight, because the actual highlight for me is, let's switch the start button on. Vroom. There we go. Tire pressure. Yes. Vienna, cars of classic music as well. Yes. So tire pressure. Has a bit of a shake to it. Anyway, so it's not the traveling, it's meeting people, talking to people, being on stage, and that's something I love so much. And that's why I decided to take you along there and show you this part as well, and also kind of reflect on the transitions. And the crazy thing is, I kind of didn't manage to catch that today, but I had a ton of calls in between getting my flights to a crazy location, that kind of happening in 3 to 4 weeks. Really super far away, exciting, glamorous. But every stage is awesome, and this right now is just so cool because for me, every single person I get to meet and talk to about ideas and perspectives is just, it's just such a privilege. And the keynote today was very much about helping people to be brave enough to talk about ideas early on. So bam, that's me, that's the vlog, that's the same thing. It's talking about things I do and not do, and taking you along, taking myself along, because I might one day look at this, and I don't want to take all this for granted because it's the greatest privilege, and also sometimes just maybe showing it to my kids. So in this sense, nearly dropped the phone. That was funny. I went on stage today, by the way. First thing I did was drop the water during the rehearsals. So sometimes you need to rehearse even taking your water on stage, as I did. But anyway, that's that. Have a good one. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.